the 100 just from Irish Flame, then Milford. Flash Flood, Irish Flame still kicking, it's brave. Flash Flood in a head bobber, they hit it on the head bobber. Flash Flood, Irish Flame, a photo with the rail out.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for Group 3 Aurie Star Handicap Day. Back to headquarters to Flemington. And what a card this is. 10 of the best from headquarters. And I'm really looking forward to this for the first meeting of the 10 race cards over the next foreseeable future period of time. A couple of good things on the card, couple of good each way value, and a couple I'm pretty keen on at a price as well. So let's get into the preview and find the winners and bounce back of what was a disappointing but still hard weekend at the Valley last Saturday. But back to headquarters, we should be finding a few winners. But let's get into them and find them.
Race number 1 at Flemington is the VRC members sprint over the 1100 metres, and I have got Smile and Wave on top. Look, just completely forget its last start. Forgive a good horse, one bad run. Put the pen through it. Jumped out like an absolute bomb. Jump outs don't say anything, but look, run under the bout. With the run under the bout, an impressive jump out where she was in one jump out, the rest of them were in another. Barrier 1, down the straight, impressive down the straight, winning before Craig Newton in the centre with the 56.5 kilos. I'm expecting this horse to go straight to the top, and I don't think they'll catch it. It has a tactical advantage over my second selection in River Noire, who I do think has all the upside, though is only first up, but though can still run well for the Peter Movie, Catherine Coleman, and Luke Nolan combination. Jean Valjean can run well coming over from South Australia, and Nicolite, if this was a wet track, would be a moral. But Smile and Wave, race 1 Flemington for mine, 25 the win. Race number 2 at Flemington is the VRC member Pamela Perry Aspirant Sprint over the 1200 metres, and this is the most open race of the day, and I've wanted a bit of value here, and that's Jitsu. Pretty keen on his chances. Was very good last campaign in running placings or winning, and he ran 7th one run, being a little bit disappointing. But then again, he's very consistent. He's drawn the right part of the track. Had no luck first up whatsoever. Second up stats are absolutely incredible, and I think this horse can run well. Has run well down the straight before has a placing from 2 starts down the straight, loves dry ground, and loves a sprint trip, and has Harry Coffey in the set-off for Andrew Bobbin, and I think can run really well. Soobooma for second, had every chance last start, and the start prior, though, gets Blake Shin. That's a big booking for this horse. In her stride's got a lot of speed and will be up there on the pace for a long way. And Intisar, thought could run well for Michael Hugelin and Dan Stackhouse, but Jitsu for mine on top. Pretty confident it can score race 2 Flemington. Race number 3 at Flemington is the VRC member Matthew Hodder, played over the 1410 metres, and I'm with Warlords on top. Very confident this horse can score the win. Had its first start over the 1200 metres at Sale, coasted to the line under Blake Shin. Up to the 1400 metres, I'm very, very confident on this horse winning again here. 12 to 1400 with a stable that can do it, and this horse I think is a very talented horse. Drawn Barrier 5, which is a really it just speaks volumes of this horse's chances. Adds a couple of lengths in my opinion. Gangitano was good first up and can improve going to the 1400 metres. Orion the Hunter beat Gangitano home last start, though Gangitano was only first up. And Flying Concello was good winner last start in Metropolitan grade, but has to go to Saturday grade now. But Warlords on top for mine. Race 3 Flemington, 40 the win. Extremely confident. Race number 4 at Flemington is the VRC member Jennifer LeBrave Trophy over the 1410 metres, and I'm with Fearnought on top. When Chris Waller brings one south and puts Blake Shin aboard, you pay a bit of attention. And he's done that here. Has a lightweight of 55.5 kilos. Barrier 6, absolutely perfect. Had a win last start in Sydney, was dominant, and prior to that was beaten by a smart one in Samana. And I'm pretty confident this horse can go back-to-back here and score another win for Chris Waller, and with Blake Shin in the saddle this time. Hound was good winning last start. Can he go on with it? I think he can with a 52.5 for Billy Penn, Michael Price and Mick Kent Jr. Finally got the win on the board. It has Barrier 1 and can lead. Cardigan Queen will be attacking the line hard if they go hard up front. And Ruby Tuesday, Gary Portelli brings it down south to Melbourne and books Damien Lane, and I think can run well third up from a spell. But Fearnought for mine, race 4 Flemington, and I'm pretty confident on his chances. 15 the win. Race number 5 at Flemington is the VRC member Barbara Stevens Trophy over the 2,530 metres, and I'm with Claidheamh on top. Now, what a win it was last Saturday at the Valley, bolting in by over 5 lengths, drops significantly in weight from that win, and even then, Carly Heffel brings the weight down, taking more weight off. Very confident this horse can score here. Has been well backed early and now proven out over the extended trip of a staying trip. By its last day effort, Gemma Riley backs up. Don't think that she'd be backing it up if it didn't think it was a genuine chance, and the market's reacted to that and has been well backed early, and I think can score a big, I think can go on and win from a good draw in barrier number 5. Good draws win races. Mimi's Award loves Flemington, though draws sticky, has to carry the weight. Mostly Clady narrowly beaten by Mimi's Award last start, but it's drawn an inside barrier, and that's the little concern for me drawing inside. And Alhambra lad for 4th. Look, he's been impressive in winning, but what's he been beaten? Absolutely nothing. Claidheamh for mine, race 5, Flemington, 30 the win. Race number 6 at Flemington is the VRC member Simon Green, played over the 2,000 metres, and I'm with Shayar here. I think it's between Shayar and Aristonis. Between the two of them, Aristonis also accepted it up in Sydney, but even with him in the race, I'm still with Shayar. Pretty confident this horse can score here. He's had 3 runs in Australia, all being at Flemington. Over the 16, 2,000, 2,500 metres. He got too far back at his last run over the 25. Prior to that, he won at 2,000 metres in an 84. And Aristonis only comes through a 78. So I'm pretty confident that there's a little bit of a more in favour of Shayar here. Blakeshin was in the saddle that day. He comes back into the saddle back into the saddle here with a 61. And they don't choose to put a claimer on with a 61.5. They pick Blakeshin, and that's a big push for mine. Asgoodassobergets for 3rd. Thought it was over the odds at $17, and Thorin could run well at the $19 quote. But I'm with Shayar, race 6, Flemington, 25 the win. Race number 7 at Flemington is the Group 3 Aurie Star Handicap, the feature of the day over 1,200 metres, and I've got Zethus on top for Blakeshin, 55.5. James Cummings with the good draw in barrier number 8, had absolutely no hope last start in Sydney. Bit of a slaughter from Zach Lloyd there, but comes back down to Melbourne where it did run a placing behind Mammoth, and it's our time in the Victoria Sprint Series final. It was good that day. But Ben Mellum jumps off. Blakeshin takes over. Ben Mellum decides to ride Ingratiating, and Blakeshin rode Ingratiating last start, so a bit of a lead there. Cause for concern for 2nd. I thought can run really well with barrier number 154 for Craig Williams. Absolutely flying. Ingratiating won the Bletchingley last start, though has to carry the weight this time round. And Mr. Exclusive is way over the odds at $34. He ran a cracker last start. 4th up, hard fit. Bo Merton's in the saddle. You know what you're going to get from him. He'll be charging home. But Zethus for mine, race 7 in the Aurie Star, 15 each way. Race number 8 at Flemington is the VRC member Lionel Moss Trophy over the 16-20 metres, and I'm with Braden Starr on top. I think it's the one to beat here. 5th up, hard fit, running a couple of consistent seconds, and even got the win on the board last, couple of runs back, but was good in Sydney last start. So they will bring him back to Melbourne. Damien Oliver going back aboard. Back to the 1,600 metres from running at the 1,800 metres in Sydney last start. Drawn barrier number 3 to get a good economical run. Somewhere up near the pace. I'm pretty confident. Well, no, I'm not. I'm very confident this horse can score here for Damien Oliver and the Bustin' and Young team. Presser for 2nd was good last start, scoring at Metropolitan level at the midweeks. Can he go on to Saturday game? We'll find out, but he does have the lightweight with a good draw for Declan Bates, which will help. Wild Imagination, very consistent, and is over the odds at $19. And Senor Uno can run well for Mick Kent, first up in Australia for Wiremu Penn, claiming the 2 and with the 54 kilos. Braden Starr for mine, race 8, Flemington, 30 the win. Race number 9 at Flemington is the VRC member Dennis Foley sprint over the 14-10 metres. Flying Mascot on top for Tom Dabennig and Mark Zara. Comes out of the Sir John Monash Stakes, finishing 10th. Was first up there of a long break off an injury. Has a jump out between runs. Was very good in the jump out, proving that I think she's back. The stable go for the blinkers for a bit of headgear just to spark her up to the 1400 metres. Has a good draw in barrier number 10 to give her options, and has Mark Zara in the saddle, and has a good second up record and loves Flemington. I think it's clearly the one they have to beat. From Berkeley Square is the only one that I can see beating her. Has really good form on the board. Stakes winner to his ears. Coming off a derby, but will he need the run? Who knows? We'll find out. Windstorm, I think, can run well first up. That was scratched out of the Bletchingley with a lameness issue. Tijuana can run well as well with the light weight, but just does need to turn his form around. But Flying Mascot for mine, race 9. Flemington, 35 the win and 10 the win on Berkeley Square. And race number 10 at Flemington is the Jockey Celebration Day Sprint over the 1100 metres to finish the day. And Benedetta! I've got her on top with the 57 kilos. Drawn barrier 7 for Jason Warren and Tatum Bull. Just a little concerned Stacky's not riding her, but I don't think it'll matter. She'll be too classy for this field and just be drawing away from them. Put about 5 on them. Proven down the straight at listed level, and if it's going to be going up in grade to, say, a group race or higher than that, I think she'll be putting them away comfortably, and should be putting them away comfortably, just as a miler class on them here. Najim Sahel for second was a good winner first up. Tommy Stockdale sticks. Just don't see it beating Benedetta. Will Tom is over the odds for mine, and I've always saying that, but he is this time. He ran a good race first up, and second up down the straight can run a cracker as well. Zorro's Dream I thought was over the odds, but likely runs in Adelaide. But Benedetta for mine, race 10 at Flemington, 60 the win to finish the day on a winning note. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Flemington for the Group 3 Aurie Star Handicap Day. Can't wait for this card. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Looking forward to a couple on this card. Benedetta looks very hard to beat in the last, and good luck this Seminator with Flying Mascot. I hope she wins, buddy. But let's get it. But hopefully some winners to bounce back off what was a very disappointing weekend last weekend with a lot of offies getting up, though. That's how the Valley usually plays. But let's get the winners for this week.